This is section 1.10, which is on variation. Okay, so we're on page 164. We have to go up to 45, 7 to 45 odd. Okay, so if you look, it says varies directly, varies proportionally, varies inversely, and so forth. There's 22 through 30. 5-ish. One. That's 45. Okay. Okay, direct variation. Number 7, t varies directly as x. That's just t equals kx. We're always going to have a k in all these problems. That's a proportionality constant. Okay, so t and x aren't equal, but they're related. Okay, so there's always a k there, kx. Inversely proportional means the second variable goes in the denominator. Okay, so v is inversely proportional to z. That's v equals k over z. So when you see inversely proportional, put the next variable in the denominator. Okay. Y is proportional to x, that's directly, and inversely proportional to t. So y equals k, proportional x goes on top, but inversely for t means it goes in the bottom. So kx over t. 17x, r is proportional to the product of the squares of p and t, and inversely proportional to the cube of b. So proportional, r is k, the square of p and t, p squared, t squared. Inversely means put in the denominator, cube of b is b cubed. 21, a equals k over r, that's inverse proportional. A is inversely proportional to r. Then they tell me to plug in 7 for a, 3 for r. 7 equals k over 3, multiplied by 3, k is 21. So a is 21 over r. 23, a is proportional to x and inversely proportional to t. A equals kx over t. Then I'm supposed to plug in 42, 7, and 3. So 42 equals k times 7 over 3, multiplied by 3/7. K is 42 times 3/7, which comes out to be 18. So a equals 18x over t. 29, r is inversely proportional to the square root of x. R equals k over radical x. Plug in 2.5, 121. Square root of 121 is 11, multiplied by 11. K is 11 times 2.5, 27.5. So r is 27.5 over radical x. 31, part A, z is directly proportional to the cube of x, inversely proportional to the square of y. So z is kx cubed over y squared. Okay. And part B, what's the effect if x is tripled and y is doubled? So I triple x means put 3x right here, 3x cubed, double y, so that's 2y squared. That comes up to be 27kx cubed over 4y squared, which I can write as 27 over 4 times kx cubed over y squared. This is the original. So z increases by a factor of 27 over 4. Okay, 35. F is proportional to x. F equals kx. Okay. So the home position was 5 centimeters. If I move to 9 centimeters, that means I plug in 4 for x. The force was 30 newtons, so 30 equals k times 4. K is 30 divided by 4, or 15 over 2. So F equals 15 over 2x. Okay. Part C, you go out to 11 centimeters. That is 6 centimeters away from home. Okay, your starting position is at 5. That's the natural position. If I go to 11, that's 6 centimeters. So I plug in 6. 15 over 2 times 6, 45 newtons. And 39, D equals KS squared. Okay. So proportional to the square of S, the velocity. So plug in 150 here, 40 squared here. So K is 150 divided by 40 squared. That's 3 over 32. So D equals 3 over 32 S squared. Okay, now I plug in 200 here for the distance is 3 over 32 S squared. Multiply both sides by 32 over 3. S squared is 6,400 over 3. Take the square root of both sides. So 46.2 miles per hour. Okay, so that's section 1.10. Oh, I have one more, sorry. 45. Okay, the length or loudness, sorry, is inversely proportional to the distance squared. L equals K over D squared. Plug in 70 here, plug in 10 here. 70 equals K over 10 squared, which is 100, multiplied by 100. K is 70 times 100, 7,000. So loudness is 7,000 over distance squared. And then C says, what happens if we double the distance? That means I plug in 20. So 7,000 over 20 squared, 70 over 4. Okay, the original was 70. So loudness is reduced by 4 times. Okay, and then it says what happens if you halve the distance, cut the distance in half. It used to be 10, so now what happens if the distance is 5? So loudness is 7,000 over 5 squared, which is 280. That's 70 times 4. The original was 70 again. Okay, so the loudness is increased by a factor of 4. All right, so now that's section 1.10.